Icky. Welcome back, or welcome any new folks to the Book Bonk Podcast.
Bonk bonk.
Bonk bonk. Boing.
Yep.
Bing bong boing.
That's how it's going today.
This is just another bonus episode where we're just chatting.
Yeah.
Chitty chat.
Got some exciting news. I don't know when it was, but ACOTAR 6.
I haven't finished book 5 yet.
I finished it forever ago, so I don't remember what happened.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so we're officially going to be going over ACOTAR at some point.
Gotta binge for when we get ACOTAR 6. Now is when you take your bets. Do we get it before or after GTA 6?
Always before.
Yeah, it's probably TBH.
I don't know when we're putting this episode out because it's a bonus one.
Yeah.
For context, we're probably not going to be going over ACOTAR until like September. No, past September. Like November probably. That one we're actually going to be doing a style switch up. Fourth Wing has an insane amount of info all over the place, and it doesn't get better.
Yeah, it's info dump central.
If it wasn't for the fact of like we had 30
characters.
I'm trying to say characters and chapters at the same time. Oh. Yes.
There's also more than 30 chapters.
No. 30 characters and 3 chapters.
Oh, gotcha.
It was something like that.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to say characters and then chapters and
characters.
Yeah.
Happened.
My slamming words together because I'm thinking of 2 words at the same time.
It do be like that.
What was I saying earlier that I slammed 2 words together?
Oh, I don't remember.
I did that earlier, though.
Yeah, I know that you did because I went, what? But I don't remember what it was.
I don't either. But yeah, so we'll be doing that. For example, like my one idea for the first book of A Court of Thorn and Roses is you have Feyre all the time, like episode dealing with Feyre, all that before Under the Mountain stuff. And then the next episode would be dealing with all that Under the Mountain stuff. And then just breaking it up into 2 episodes like that. And then just kind of chugging along for the rest.
It's
like that.
People are like BC, but it's before. No, it's going to be BMS. Before mountain stuff. Wait, no, it would be BUMS.
Bums.
Yeah, no, before Under Mountain stuff. Bums.
And then it just changes from bums to alms. Alms. Yep. Gosh. But yeah, that'll be further on. I will also probably have a guest on, maybe more than one guest. If anyone ever wants to guess for anything, if they're excited or ever, just throw us an email. I believe our friend Abby was excited for ACOTAR chatting. Also, she would be also super excited for Hunger Games. So Hunger Games is sometime in the future.
Is this the time when I mentioned that I have never read anything past the first book?
Dang.
I know. Wait, no. Okay.
Oh.
No, I read Songbirds and Snakes. So I read the first book and the prequel book. It was good. I liked it. I liked that the movie actually followed the book because I read it because of the movie. But
I read Hunger Games. I read the first 3 books. I think I finished. That was one of the ones I actually did finish. I read all 3 books. I didn't just drop the 3rd book or stop in the middle of the 3rd book. I actually read all 3 books, and then all the new stuff that came after that, I have not read any of it. I watched the new movie, of course.
I watched the new movie, but I wanted to read the book first, so I read the book, and then the movie, the time for the movie that I got started 45 minutes after I finished the book. So I put it down. I closed it. I put it on my bookshelf. I got in my car and I went to the movies because I was like, the only way I was gonna finish it is if I forced myself to. Because I don't know. I don't ever read YA anymore.
I just age up everyone in my head, anyways, because unless they're in high school and actually actively in high school.
Yeah. Pretty much can.
Yeah, I mean, especially with dystopian things. I'm like, I'm sorry. The average person doesn't really act much differently between the ages of 17 and like 23, 25 even. Depends. Usually past when you get closer to 25, people usually start chilling a bit more.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'm like, they'd be like, oh, like 17-year-olds and their romance is why different than when they're 22 or 23. And it's like, no, I don't think it's all the same. Drama. It's all drama and unnecessary, and people don't know how to communicate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing's more frustrating than knowing anyone in friendships, family, anything who just cannot communicate.
Yeah.
Infuriating. It's like if you were to go and order a freaking burger, no, like, we'll go with coffee. You go to coffee, because I see a lot of people like baristas post what people do, and it's literally them ordering coffee shows how little they can communicate.
If you're going to order something, you should probably know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever I was bartending, I had someone come up and they were like, "Can I get a cherry vodka sour with Patron?" And I went, "Huh?" I was like, "Cherry vodka sour, right?" I was like, "Do you hear what I'm hearing?" They're like, "With Patron." I was like, "That's not vodka." But I was like, "I can make you a cherry tequila sour because that's what that is." I was like, "If you're gonna order something, know what you're ordering."
And if you don't know what it's called, just be willing to understand what you're supposed to need to order for said thing. Like, I was barista. I've done coffee stuff. I was a barista and I don't like coffee at the time. Didn't do anything about coffee. I learned. Don't ask me anything about coffee anymore because that was years ago, man.
Love coffee.
I was like, I just know basics. You get into like macchiatos and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. We didn't do macchiatos.
Yeah, macchiatos just milk is on the top for those ones, I believe. Just like, no, it's flavoring milk espresso, and it's like layered. I don't like them. I like my espresso to be mixed into my milk, because then I don't feel like I'm just drinking straight up oat milk. Although I will say the McDonald's macchiatos are really good.
They
So the
slap.
Dunkin' Donuts ones. Which I feel like for both of theirs are like 90% sugar.
No.
So they make my stomach really unhappy. Especially because the McDonald's ones use real milk.
Dessert coffee. I like my dessert coffee.
Straight up sugar. See, I'm a big fan of a quad shot on ice. Give me 4 blonde ristretto shots, pour it on some ice. But the problem is on campus, every now and then they get new people and they're like, "Do I add water to this?" I was like, "No, that's an Americano." I ordered a quad shot on ice. Take 4 shots of espresso, dump it on some ice. Bada bing, bada boom, slap a lid on it. I'm great. I'm having a grand old time.
Let's see, I always have a hard time once in a while with remembering shot counts because it's like 1 spigot is 2, and if it has 2 spigots, it was 3 shots. And for my brain, I always want to go 1 spigot, 1 shot, 2 spigots, 2 shots. And so once in a while, I have to tell the customer, I'm like, by the way, this has an extra shot or 2 in it.
Good. I think it does.
You're like, I miscounted it and didn't realize that until after the fact. So this has an extra shot or extra 2 shots in it. So be careful. There's extra caffeine in this. And half the time they're like, great, free shots. And then another time, I don't know if these were just 2 guys hanging out, but they gave the vibe of gay. So can't confirm, can't deny. Either way, they ordered like freaking, I don't know if it was like a caramel latte or what they ordered, but they came in a second time. And they looked at me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you made my drink last time and it was fantastic." And I'm like, don't know how I made that drink, man.
So I probably messed it up, but you're welcome.
I was like, I can't make the freaking same drink twice. So when I started doing coffees, like I said, don't know anything, was learning as I went. The recipes for they lost it like after the first day of me working. It was gone.
That's super handy, you know? I love when they just... Also, did they just not have them, like, on a computer somewhere to reprint?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's just on the menu, but I don't know if we had paper menus or what, because this was like during COVID era. So I also didn't do any fancy latte art or anything because everything was in to-go cups.
I want to learn how to do latte art so bad, but I haven't. I also don't have a proper espresso machine or a, like, steamer. An espresso machine so bad.
Valid. Shout out to the way they did it too, was like steaming, you know how like normal kind of thing. There was no like temperature or anything monitoring it. You just hand did it. It was just
that's how a lot of places are for like the milk.
For steaming the milk. Yeah, I don't know. I think Starbucks might have gotten fancy with it and there's a temperature thing. I don't know. I just know I had to steam milk and it was based off my hand temperature. My hands are ice, y'all. Do you know how that works? It means whatever I'm making is not as hot as everyone else's. So I am guessing here. Guessing. I have no idea. So sometimes if I did it correctly, it's actually the perfect temperature for you to drink for and like not wait or anything.
See, my hands are so warm that like I grab my coffee and my ice starts melting and I'm like, this kind of sucks. But I will not be getting a hot coffee. I won't do it. It could be like 4 degrees outside. Keep me with, okay, if it's 4 degrees outside, I'll get a hot chocolate with oat milk and cinnamon. But if I'm getting coffee, it's going to be iced. Also, at Starbucks at least, their iced coffees come with 1 more shot than their cold coffees.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I went to Starbucks and I got a hot latte because I don't know, I wanted something different. So I got it hot and then I was drinking it. I was like, I kind of hate it. So I went to Barnes & Noble to their cafe and I was like, can I just get an extra shot of espresso? Or like, I was like, can I just get a shot of espresso? And they were like, are you just going to add it to that coffee? I was like, yeah. And they're like, if you just hold your cup open, I can just pour it in there and save us both some time. I was like, yeah, sounds to me.
Valid.
I love that this was going to be about Akatar 6 and it's just coffee.
We get so derailed. I mean, there wasn't much more to talk about besides mentioning it, and we're excited.
Yeah.
We can talk a little bit more about Akatar, but I don't want to talk too much because spoilers.
Yeah.
So
also, it's been a couple of years since I've even read them, so like
I started rereading them at some point because they're not on my Kindle books, they're on my Nook books. And so I haven't touched Nook in so long. So I was going back and I was like, oh, it's on my Nook. And so this was like, I don't know, a year or two now ago. I started rereading them because I went and opened my Nook book recently and it pulled up Akatar chapter 5. That's as far as I got into rereading it before I got distracted.
To be fair, I don't like the first book. I think the first book is boring until you get to the last 100 pages in proper Sarah J. Maas fashion. The last 100 pages really just kind of like sucker punch you and like flip you around and throw you off a curb and like all that fun jazz. But like, I did not like the first book.
Controversial opinion here. I actually liked the first book when I was reading it and I didn't have problems. I told Ray we need to reread these books just because everyone talks about the watery bowels and I have no recollection about any of that when I was reading the series.
I mean, like, her bowels turned watery. So then the like ongoing joke is that she is illiterate and has IBS. Control your watery bowels.
I like need to reread and like how did I miss it? The fact that everyone was like, oh my gosh, it's so often and I no recollection.
See, I don't remember it being that often, but I also wasn't paying attention to that whenever I read it, so.
Maybe we both just have so many tummy issues that we just relate and didn't think twice on it.
Yeah, it's just us being like, yeah, that makes sense. Typical Tuesday.
Obviously, like, do you know what you've been eating? That would make me have tummy issues.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, my other controversial take, though, of like, of course.
I think I know what you're going to say.
No, you're not. You do not guarantee it. So I like the first book, as we stated. And I was like, I didn't think it was that boring or anything when I first read the book. But I also read, what is it called? Like Ice Planet Barbarians, the first book.
Oh my God.
Freaking, it's just a bunch of chicks got like kidnapped and then accidentally dropped off on an ice planet.
Let's take a gander at my Kindle app and see how far I made it into that book.
Literally, I think most people will say the book is super boring and everything. I was reading it strictly for the plot. I was curious where the ice tundra was going to go.
It was so boring.
I was dead set, and I'm like, what's going to happen? Are these people even are they all just going to die on this ice tundra in the box? I was so invested into that plot line.
I read it. I say I read it. I did not read it. I started it whenever I had Kindle Unlimited, and I don't anymore. So
Oof.
I don't know how far I got, but I think I got to like chapter 2.5 or like 3. It was.
Which,
see, I wanted to see the purring.
that's like freaking halfway through the book.
Yeah, which I didn't.
I don't know if it's that far. I mean, it's whenever she first meets him, pretty much that happens. It's just all the way leading up to it. It's frozen tundra.
Yeah, I just didn't like her character. I was like, it was kind of boring.
I think most people who actually like the series, I only read the first book, who actually like the series and everything, they're like, oh yeah, the other books are better. You can just read those. And I'm just like, I'll read the first book. And I'm like, I'm here for the plot, which I guarantee you 90% of the people reading that book were not there for the plot. I'm just crazy, lacking brain cells. I don't know how to describe that. I'll completely ditch a book that's actually good and I actually like in the middle of the book, but I'll read the entirety of Ice Tundra.
See, I feel like the only book that I have not enjoyed that I forced myself to finish was The Priory of the Orange Tree.
Oh yeah, you hated
I
that.
hated that book, which like sucks because it was like, I don't know, everything online was like, yeah, it's also like a queer love story, and I was like, I did not get that from most of it. Oh, other one, this is gonna be a controversial take. The first Lord of the Rings book, hated it. Awful. 0 out of 10. One of my least favorite books I've ever read. Why did we spend 3 pages describing a tree that wasn't even important?
I love that. I've never read it.
Ugh. I literally fell asleep reading it multiple times. Like, I got it and I was reading it on the plane, and like my flight was at like 2 in the afternoon. It's like middle of the day. I was reading it, fell asleep with the book out multiple times. I did that. And like, if I fall asleep reading a book, that's bad. Like,
That's talent.
yeah, like I was sitting up in an airplane going through turbulence and all, like falling asleep on this book. I was like, thankfully, at least The Priory of the Orange Tree didn't do that to me. It was just so politically heavy and like hard now. I read it, I finished it just to say that I did, because it's like massive. A massive book.
Huge.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? Huge.
Yeah. I read it and then I immediately took it to half price. I was like, here.
For people who have not seen the book, was it like freaking like 3 inches or something wide? Like the thickness?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Like, I feel like you can hit somebody with the book and knock them out.
Yeah. Let me see how many pages, because I want to know if it's longer than War and Peace.
I thought it was like 600, 700, maybe even 800 pages.
How long is Priory of the Orange Tree?
848
pages.
Okay, 800.
How long is War and Peace?
I have that book. That's also a solid book.
I want to read it so bad.
I haven't read it. I got it though. My grandmother getting rid of a crap ton of books, and I went, I haven't read this one yet. Yoink.
Thanks, Google AI. War and Peace is a very long novel. Typically around 1,200 to 1,400 pages in print. Okay.
Ooh.
So it's not as long as War and Peace, but it was brutal.
Yikes. We both can't talk.
Yeah. And here we are making a podcast.
Yeah, it's going to help us talk. Or at least I'm going to edit it and then go, girl, shut up. I hate the way you talk to myself. Not the way I sound or anything, just specifically the way I talk.
It do be like that.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I just messaged Ray going, Ray, you say like a lot. Did you know, like, totally, like, you know?
I did, like, know that.
Like, you know?
One of my teachers in high school, we had someone who always said like, and it was like one of my biology teachers. We had a kid who would always say like, and we just like, she had just taught us about lichens. And so whenever he would say like, she'd go ends. I think about that all the time, actually.
My favorite thing is also like the like anything like that. Which I do a lot because you do it when you're trying to process and think and let like the other person know in social conversation. So that's fine. But if you do it too much, it's a problem. And so theoretically, you're just supposed to be quiet and think before you talk.
Yeah, think before you speak.
Yeah. And so, or just stop saying the ums kind of thing. Like I keep going before I talk because I'm still processing. Technically, you're just supposed to be quiet, and it's really hard to stop that habit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny with presentations because you're really supposed to practice presentations and do that because you're not supposed to be doing the ums in presentations or only do it once in a while. So in school, whenever people would give presentations, I would hear a lot of the and it would be a lot. And once you notice it, you can't unnotice it. And so I wouldn't take points or anything off for like presentation stuff, but I would let the person know that technically for presentations, you need to stop with the ums. Like you need to go through and take a break, breather, practice, whatever. But you said a lot in your presentation, which it makes it technically a poorer quality presentation, I guess, in that sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I would give disclaimers on mine because I'm bad about it. Doesn't help. I'm in the South, and yet I have more northern cadence in the sense of I talk fast. You give me a time crunch, and I'm nervous. I'm turbo talking.
Yeah, I always hated whenever my professors would be like, you have to give a 20-minute presentation. And I get up there and I get nervous, and then I give it in 7 minutes. I'm like, I'm going. Like,
see, for me, if I research the topic, I have freaking, I don't know, slight exaggeration, like a book worth of knowledge on this topic. And I'm trying to cram that all in like 7 minutes or whatever. And I'm like, no, you need to know all of this. And I don't have enough time to tell you. So I start talking really, really fast and I'm nervous and there's a time crunch and I start talking like this to the point where I start giving warnings beforehand because I have a hard time not doing that, to be like, hey, I'm sorry in advance, but I might be talking really fast. Just a fair warning. I even got once or twice on my presentations take a breath. Can you breathe? Like something about my breathing. Like, breathe. It's okay to breathe. You can breathe in your presentations.
I can't breathe. I have a presentation to give.
Oh, I just go literal with that and I go, well, of course I'm breathing during my presentation because how else would I be talking? I'm great, I know. Talent scholar.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Thank you. No one's paying attention to my presentation.
See, that's always been my thing with like public speaking. I don't really get nervous for it. Like I get a little bit of like jitters for him, but I don't feel like I get super nervous. Oh my god, now I'm noticing all of the times I say like. But I don't get super nervous for him because I feel like I feel like people are paying attention. And if they are, they're gonna forget in about 20 minutes.
Definitely.
Which is also why I don't have a problem doing karaoke. 90% of the people in the place that I'm doing karaoke in won't remember this night tomorrow morning.
Oh, that's so true. That is so true.
I never understood people who are like, I couldn't do karaoke. I would be so nervous. I'm like, no one's gonna remember that you did this.
They're all drunk.
Yeah, they're all drunk. The only people who are gonna remember are your friends.
Yeah.
And I've done dumber stuff in front of my friends.
As one should.
Yeah. So
mine, I had no problem public speaking or any of that until I want to say late high school. And then it came out of nowhere. And I would just have random stutter problem that would pop out of nowhere. And I'm like, I don't stutter. I never stutter. What the hell's going on? Yeah. And it popped up in college once or twice.
I think the only time I was giving a presentation that I was genuinely nervous for was defending my thesis prospectus. But I feel like that was also less of a presentation and more of, will I have answers to their questions, like the committee's questions? Or I had a presentation on, it was like a symposium presentation on the gender representation in, my brain is going to The Conjuring, and I know that's the wrong movie.
Conjuring.
What was the movie?
Oh, Sorry, we haven't even told y'all the best part of our day yet.
Terry, that's the movie.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did a symposium presentation on the gender representation in Hereditary.
I do ghost things. We do paranormal things. We do a lot of spooky things. I do not watch horror movies at all. I don't. I was like, I haven't really read horror book stuff either. At this point, I'm not entirely certain I would be scared by any of it for the most part, unless it's actually like a paranormal one, what they call haunted house park things.
Yeah, I never went with y'all.
Ooh. Yeah, the first time I went, first time I've ever been, and my friends were so excited. They're like, "Oh yeah, I went through, wasn't phased, not even one bit. We learned really quickly. Apparently, people have flight or freeze or run or fight or whatever it is.
Or mine, where my brain says to punch you in the nose and run away. So I get a lovely mix of both.
I either just wasn't terrified whatsoever, or I go the fawning method of where I just smile and say hi. Which, to be fair, everyone's decked out in essentially costumes and makeup and look great, and I'm actually not scared of any of them for the most part. So I'm pretty certain it doesn't click in my brain to be scared.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of them get me. I just don't like jump scares.
Jump scares are what get me. If you pop scare.
Yeah, jump scares get me because I don't know. I think it might be trauma. Like when things pop out at me, because my family would always scare me growing up because I knew I hated it. So I was like,
I think I just am a flavor of some flavor.
I love a flavor of some flavor.
I was doing freaking like Photoshop class one time. This was like in high school. We had free time, so I just started photoshopping this random like lady off the internet. I just grabbed this like random lady picture off of Google Pictures and was editing it and messing with it. And the person next to me looked over and was like, "Okay, that's actually disturbing." And I'm like, "I've hardly done anything. All I did was darken their eye sockets a little bit, make their teeth slightly more pointed, add like a slight red glimmer to their eye." Like, it wasn't anything drastic. It was just slightly altered, just a little bit. And they're like, "That's spooky." And I'm like, I feel like it could look way better. I might have hollowed out her cheeks a little bit, too. It wasn't spooky at all, though. I swear.
I love that this is what you were chilling and, like, doing in your free time.
In a Photoshop class? Yeah.
I did a 3D modeling class once, and I made a really funky-looking cow in our free time. Like, I was not hollowing out people's cheeks. I made a cow.
And like making their eyes look spooky.
Yeah.
It was great. Very amateur looking in my opinion, which made it not look scary because it's like, shout out to I love saying, but yeah, like,
But yeah, like,
it's a fun waste of time of words slung together as we do the vocal fry. You just gotta love a vocal fry. But yeah, to backtrack, as we are all over the place, this is a bonus episode. We don't need to be on topic of anything.
Yeah, no. This bonus episodes have no topic.
We're just chatting.
Just yapping. Certifiable yap.
But yeah, what happened to us earlier today, time
did happen. You're right.
Yeah. We have brain cells, maybe?
Do we?
We just have that one singular one.
I was like, I don't know who has it right now.
I think we lost it with what happened earlier today.
Yeah, you're no longer allowed to hold glass.
After we finished edging everybody about what on earth happened, as Ray mentioned, glass happened. We were at Walmart and we're just like looking around getting things, and I'm like, "Oh, look, here's like the non-alcoholic, like sparkling grape juice stuff and rosés." And I'm like, "Oh, they have a strawberry one." I have a strawberry problem. So I was like, let's get it for funsies for the beach. And so I grab it. We get it to Ray's place. It's great. Everything's going great. I grab my bag and I go to grab that bag to like gather things up to leave Ray's place. Promptly, butterfingers, the bag doesn't bag in my hand. It just goes through the foot, like it was only a foot off the ground, maybe 2 feet. And it hits the ground and shatters.
It exploded. Because I was getting final touches ready, making sure the cats had food and water. And all I hear is poof. was that? And I look over and it's you holding this dripping bag over a red puddle. Like, what happened?
That sounds so sinister too.
Yeah, like the bag dripping sparkling strawberry red on top of this red puddle. And at that point, all I was thinking was, I know that got all over your shoes.
Oh, I'm wearing shoes.
And I was like, thank God I have a mop right next to it. Because, oh my gosh.
Actually, I was wearing boots.
Oh,
They're kind of a little fuzzy too. I haven't checked on them since then.
I do that.
Whoopsie. Also, shout out to Ray and Ray's cats, and we had to be like, "No, cat, stop moving, cat, go away, cat. There's glass all over the place. We got glass to clean up here." I was so lucky that whenever it did splatter, it would have been way better if it stayed in the plastic bag, but it like did a hole and it out of that hole.
Yeah, exactly like that. I'm sure if you slowed down the sound of it, it would have definitely made that sound. Yeah.
I might leave our laughing. We laugh a decent amount, and I usually cut out a chunk of it.
Yeah.
So that was a thing that happened, and then we had to make another road trip because it smelled so good.
It smelled incredible.
Ray's floor now seasoned with non-alcoholic strawberry daiquiri.
Yeah, I tossed those towels that we used. Oh, maybe I should not have used my yellow towel to soak up something red. You live and you learn. Except for I didn't.
Orange.
Yeah.
Or maybe it washes it all out and it's not stained.
I didn't start the wash because I wasn't going to be there to flip it.
Oh, yeah, because it would just be like...
Yeah, so...
Fine. Next week.
Find out in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
and then, like, I wasn't going to be there to flip it. Also, if I need to get new towels, I need to get new towels.
Oh,
I've been wanting to get new towels anyway because mine are from, like, my hometown home from when I was, like, 8.
I just don't care. And it's like, if there's, like, hair dye stains or, like, paint stains or whatever on my towels, I'm like, does it still function as a towel?
Yep.
Works for me.
Yeah, I have one that, like, you can actively kind of see through in certain parts. I'm like, why do I even still own this? I own it so that I can sop up messes.
As one does. Just to clarify to everybody, because my good friend here forgot, not here, but messaging-wise, Courtney. Yeah. Not to say you're not a good friend, Ray. You're a terrible friend. Gosh, you're like such an
how dare I kick in my sleep?
Ray fights demons in their sleep, and I'm like, stay away from me. You can fight your imaginary demons in your head in your sleep across the room from me. Thank you. I will scream for you if I wake up and there's demons to actually need to be fought.
There's probably some, like, psychoanalysis thing that could be done on us, but...
Ooh, spooky. Crazy stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Crazy style.
Nightmare a day keeps reality away, except for when the nightmare is just reality.
I just don't dream very often, period.
See, I don't dream too much anymore. Don't really remember any of mine.
Most of mine, if I remember my dreams, are like nonsense to try and explain them. And then once in a while, I'll have a dream. Like, I've only had a dream like maybe twice. That wasn't quite a nightmare. Like, it wasn't a nightmare, but it was also a very odd dream that just fundamentally you wake up and I'm just like, that was kind of an odd, weird, disturbing dream. Like, whenever we were at the con and staying at Court's place.
Oh, yeah.
I dreamt of, like, a vampire, essentially. But to clarify, one, I don't, like, ever, like, we already say dreams. So me, dreams and remembering anything's already kind of odd. But I woke up. Well, I say woke up. Well, I was dreaming. And it was a weird, like, one of those, like, parasite situations where there's a bug going around and, like, parasite people. And you could tell by, like, looking at the back of their neck or something. And so there's this guy, I'm not going to go through and describe it, but basically a guy kind of like, we're going around checking people and this guy was like smiled at me and I was like, you're a vampire. And he just kind of kept grinning and then came over to check the back of my neck and then I woke up and I was like, that's just disturbing.
Yeah, a little bit.
And it just kind of looked like stereotypical not exactly stereotypical vampire, but vampire vibe to it, period.
Not like Supernatural's vampires where all of their teeth are pointy.
No.
Like, arr.
No, just like out of place style, dress, kind of, yeah. Hairstyle, etc.
Astarian level.
Vibe to it, yes, but no. But it had that vibe. And I was just like, that's a weird thing just to randomly dream about and then wake up
Yeah.
like after they go and look at my neck.
So, what you got here?
Bro literally went, let's see if you're clean or not from the parasite.
He said, gotta check real quick.
Ooh, crack some pop.
That was a good one.
That was my elbow.
Gee.
Be glad no one can see my elbows. They too hyperbole.
They go.
People hold them outwards to the side to show them. I just go forward and go, look, my elbow goes more out than it should and kind of look like I'm breaking my elbow when I show people because it's funny. And they're like, ew, don't do that.
That's me with this thing.
The hands.
Yeah.
But yeah, so future of the podcast, we're going to be going over probably Sarah J. Maas's, whatever, book series, and we'll be chunking them up further. It's not going to be the Fourth Wing chapter style. It'll be more like part 1, part 2 for a book, and it's like chopped in half or something.
Bums.
We might have like an episode or two, like a part 1, part 2, just talking about the series as a whole. Haven't quite just figured out, but we're going to be bigger chunks and stuff to go over more books, but also because I feel like they're not as insane as Fourth Wing.
Yeah, it's just so much information.
And there will also be, once we finish the Fourth Wing book, which at the moment it's like scheduled like October, November is when we're finishing the first book, I believe. Roughly somewhere around there. We'll be taking a little break. That's when we're doing the Akatar stuff. But I'll also be working on making a lore episode to go over all the lore that we don't talk about in the first book because freaking Violet just had diarrhea lore mouth.
Every time she gets nervous, she just kind of drops map lore, basically.
And so I will then go through and get all the map lore, all that scheduled together on all the random territories and stuff together. And we can all stare at the map together as I reiterate all the map lore we got in book 1 that's completely irrelevant in book 1.
All the map lore, all of the dragon lore.
So much random lore that's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. You're like, oh yeah, so this happened in this territory and all this, and we're just like, yeah, totally, we have meaning. Not.
Just smile and nod. It'll make sense later.
So I'll be working on a lore drop episode before we get to book 2, so we can all stare at the map and focus on the map before book 2. Also, Ray will be the one chopping up book 2 into chunks because I have not finished book 2.
Yes, sounds good.
I don't even know. I said like halfway. I think we went and looked, and it was just I got to like the beginning of part 2. I think of the book.
Yeah,
it wasn't even halfway.
It's so good.
So good. So much. Yeah, and there's like so many characters, and they spoiler alert, they just keep adding more characters.
There's more.
More characters? What?
But wait, there's more.
Oh my gosh! It's not really a spoiler. By any means, any series gets more characters. So we will see if we reach 100 because we're already at like 70. Will we get to 100 before the end of book 1? Find out, because I don't know. I don't think we'll get that far.
I don't think we get too many more from where we're at.
I don't think so either. The long ass list. I mean, mind you, 10 of those people are like dead names, but still.
Yeah.
Still. So yeah, so that's kind of the future of the podcast at the moment. My new saying, which we'll see if it'll stick now because I don't know how to start or end any of these and we're just winging it every time, is, what was it? Now I remember. My new phrasing now for us leaving, and we'll see if it sticks or not for the ending of the podcast is, I don't know, gotta go.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
My other favorite things, yes, no, maybe so. I have a lot of little, I was like, I don't know, gotta go. It can encapsulates a lot of things. So see you in the next episode.
Peace.
Hopefully Y'all are great. You're doing great. We're all doing great. I don't know. Gotta go. Y'all can't see, but I'm doing Peace Out Girl Scout still. The end. Wait, I don't have a mouse.
What?
Oh, wait, here we go.
It's like if you have a computer, you automatically have
I was-
a mouse. I couldn't read.
Maybe we'll have video of our insanity one day.
It's just me switching up positions.
Ray just moving around all over the place, and
You actually sitting up facing the mic, me
just making faces. Y'all don't even get to see all the faces and things we make, especially while the other person's talking.
Yeah.
It's great. I don't even know why I'm going to cut this off anymore, so
You already did.
probably will.
You probably should.
Yeah. Stop. Where's the red button work?